Okay, so this is phase 0. Lyra will just stand there doing absolutely nothing. So you can charge up a really long skill and do whatever you want. So phase 1 starts when you first hit her. And all she will do is in and out mechanics. And you can tell by the red circles, but later on you won't have those red circles. So you'll need to base it off the color of her sword and the angle of it. The color, in my opinion, is a little bit easier to see. So if it's in, it's extremely white. And if it's out, it's kind of beigeish and yellowish. So if we see it again, this is pure white, so this is an in. And if it's yellow, it is out. And this is a good place to start practicing how far you need to run away or close to Lyra for dodging it. So you can see this is white. I moved a little bit too close. Okay, so that's phase 1. Okay, so at 5.6 bars, she'll start to do some new mechanics. One is this frontal cleave. And there's actually 2 types. So you just saw a white frontal cleave and a yellow frontal cleave. So I don't know what you're going to do with this information, but the white one pushes you and the yellow one knocks you down. So you need different levels of CC immunity to tank through that. She'll also do this dash, which she can do up to 3 times. And she has the last one, which is a jump, which is that one. Okay, so to deal with the dash, you need to run perpendicular to her. So a good way is just to run clockwise of her. And you shouldn't get hit. The further away you are, the easier it is to dodge. And if you're constantly moving, the jumps shouldn't hit you. They'll start to snapshot way further away from you. At 4.9 bars, she will do a scream, which you need to roll, or awakening through. What you want to do is you want to debuff immunity through it. So if you look at the super armor section of awakening, you can see that it has super armor, debuff immunity. So if you have another skill that can do that, that is what you want to do when you see the scream coming. For rolls, generally you can do it as soon as you recognize that a scream is coming. She will start to do all of her old mechanics, except she will add a few new ones. She can scream again. She can do a giant red slam. And she can do a laser cone in front of her. All of these, all you need to do is move to the side. At 3.9 bars, she'll jump to the middle and she'll do a red circle around her. She'll start doing the lasers more frequently, and the number of lasers that come out will increase to 4 or 5. She'll also start doing a suck and a cone in front of her. It won't do too much damage, but if you keep getting hit by it, it'll stack up. In phase 4, there's actually a different pattern that you can see at the very start. She'll do 2 slams in front of her, and which will leave behind a trail. At 2.5 bars, she'll jump back into the middle, do a scream, and make the whole ground dark. From this point onwards, you will not be able to see the red circles underneath her. So a good tell is, if she puts her sword to the side of her, you need to move behind her. So move behind her. Doesn't matter the color for that. If it's red, if it's yellow or white, you still need to stand behind her. The other thing that she can add is a clockwise laser. And if she's on the edge of the screen like this, you will need to time stop it. This is where you time stop. If you're lucky like me, you'll be able to just move out. She can also do the in and out donuts that you will need to figure out how to dodge based on the distance away from her. So yellow means go out. A really easy way to dodge this, if she's in the middle of the screen like this, the outside circle is always right against the yellow wall. White means in. She also has this mechanic where she'll spam lasers over and over and over. The number of lasers also increases as she does more and more. 1 laser, 3 lasers, 5. She can also do a scream again like this. Roll. 0.5 of a bar, she'll do multiple slams like this, and then she'll start doing her mechanics. This is where you really want to abuse your time stop, if you have any left. And quite honestly, you don't really want to stay in this phase at all. This is pretty awful to go through. This is by far the hardest phase, but most classes should be able to just blast through it. If you can do at least 1 bar of burst damage, I highly recommend just skipping this phase entirely. And that's all there is to this fight. This fight is probably the hardest one in the game currently. I don't feel like Velton is any harder than she is, so if you can clear her, you can clear basically anything that's in NAEU right now. So good luck on it, and yeah, keep running clockwise. So I'll just keep doing mechanics until I probably get hit by a laser and die, so you guys can see a few more examples of dodging things here.